Greetings, citizens of YouTube. Welcome to the final event in the Fight for Lysander series. This is the main event final. This field started with, I believe, around 200-ish people that signed up. So some people got first round buys, other people did not. I did get a first round buy in the round of 256. It was seeded by tournament performance in the first 4 events, and I was in the final 4 of 2 events, which gave me the number 6 overall seed. The format for this tournament is best 2 out of 3, must win with 2 different gods. No bans, except the Swallie banned that one deception card. I honestly don't even remember the name of it, but basically it's the one that returns a nether to your hand and then it summons a Dark Deliverance. Yeah, Dark Deliverance. I remembered it now as I've talked about it. Apparently it's bugged and can target hidden minions, but that deck archetype has been dead ever since they nerfed Shriek to the point where you can't play it. Anyways, my first round matchup will be against Swallie, who I don't think played in any of the first 4 events, so they gave him a pretty low seed. Definitely a person who's normally in the top tiers, deep runs in a lot of tournaments. I think I played him in the final 8 of the Player of the Year tournament. Yeah, definitely have played him in deep portions of many tournaments in the past. So yeah, the high seeding really helped me here. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this match, and let's just go ahead and dive into the games. Alright, so we queue into game number 1. I am queuing in with Death. Swallie is queuing in with Nature. So we're playing the Bitter Endings combo variant. I have made like 17 different variants of this exact deck list. And we're facing Nature, so we assume control Nature, since I'm facing Swallie, and he does tend to have control-like tendencies from previous tournaments. But here, he's going to come out with some speed, Blighted Scion, and that's an Amazon, so he might be playing Amazons here. And we're going to go ahead with the Ruined Asp, pretty standard open here. We played the ramp version of this list, and it's questionable whether or not that's a good thing. Go ahead, hit the Neferu Sacrifice button, draw some cards, take some points of damage. We already have 1 Bitter Endings in hand and 1 Friendly Mimic. So here, Selena's Mark, and yeah, so we've ramped some. They've got an Axewoman in play. I still don't know if they're control or if they're mid-range or if they're aggro or what he's doing here. But at the moment, he's kind of got more of an aggro-ish type of start. We do know that there is Martyr in the Void, which will be coming back pretty soon when a minion dies, and we've got some more ramp in play. Got some card draw, which is nice, and Siren of the Grave, which can buy us some time if need be. So overall, I would say this is a very good start to this game. We're taking lots and lots of damage. That's fun. He's going to test Selena's Mark, see where it goes. I thought that was somewhat questionable because he could have guaranteed it by trading the Axewoman into the Fanatic first. That kind of confused me, but he hit the 50-50, which gives him cards in his hand that he just drew, and one of them might have been a Canopy Barrage that he might have just top decked. So very interesting indeed. Well, he might have had that the entire time. I don't know. Goes ahead and buys the Nightleaf Trapper in the Sanctum for more board presence here. So now we're in a situation where it's pretty clear we probably need to just go ahead and play Siren of the Grave and Fleshbind it. That is the clear line here. Can go ahead and also use the GP as well. We've got 8 cards in hand. So utilizing the GP first is probably the correct line of action. But here I am utilizing the full rope, which is really a bad decision because during these late portions of the game with Death, you have to make a lot of decisions. And when you rope this turn, you're going to have less time for the following turn here. And we've got a Necronomics here, a Bitter Endings in hand, and trying to figure out what to do here. And here, the clear path forward is probably to Siren and toss one of the over the lines and go ahead with that route here. What I'm going to go with, I'm going to toss the Fanatic. That's also okay. That's also okay indeed. So can inflame self and pass turn here, and this is just solid here. So next turn, I can utilize the GP Necronomics here, play Bitter Endings. There's a lot of different lines here. I can just open Necronomics, Bitter Endings, copy with a Friendly Mimic here, and here's the critical turn. So this is actually me analyzing the game. I know what happens, but I also want to look for something better here. So we've got Bitter Endings here in hand. We are at 17. One line of action that I can take here is play Burrowing Scarab. Then, I mean, just because you can, Necronomics, Bitter Endings to get Anhotep to play to reduce the Friendly Mimic. So we're at 12, now we're at 8. Play the Anhotep to reduce the Over the Line. We've got Return to the Cave, and then we can also find lethal by playing the second Necronomics and the second Over the Line. So there is a line for lethal on this turn. Let's take a look at what I end up doing on this turn instead of playing said lethal. And you don't need to even play the Burrowing Scarab at the beginning of that. In fact, I could have actually started with the GP there as well. But here I'm kind of just panicking here, not making good decisions here at all. I'm going to hit the GP button, panic, and think that I need a Bitter Endings. We draw Ceres, which, by the way, Necronomics into... Oh, it's so bad. Rewatching this is just so bad. Buying the Neferu there is absolutely horrendous because I can Necronomics, Bitter Endings, reduce it with the Friendly Mimic. We've got Ceres now, so the health is just not an issue. The Necronomics, we could double over the line that turn with 2 Anhoteps in play. The win was right there for the taking. By the way, chat, this is why you don't play tournament matches during your lunch break. The missed lethal, we see him go ahead, lightning strike my Neferu. So Neferu goes back to my hand, and, well, now we have a crazy turn. So now we have to find some sort of line of action here. I figure I need to draw cards, which is probably a correct assumption. So play Burrowing Scarab. Notice how I roped so much the previous turn. This turn, I need to blitz out. And we're going to be drawing cards, and we're going to need to be making decisions based on the cards that we draw. Really need another Bitter Endings here to make this situation work. Untold Greed, but I can't play Untold Greed because I have too many cards in hand, which is just completely bizarre. Now, one thing that I can do here is if I can get Neferu back to my hand, then hypothetically I can go ahead and play Ceres Return to Cave, hypothetically. So here we copy the Neferu. Now we need to play the second Neferu here, but I make a play mistake. I play Necronomics. This is incorrect. See, I'm getting down the Ceres here, but this is just a no good line. Now here, at this point is when I need to cut my losses and be like, hey, it's been real, but, you know, let's just call it here, Return to Cave and turn. But no, I press onward here looking for a miracle. I get Bitter Endings. I can play Bitter Endings, but what am I going to reduce? You know, at the end of the day, what am I going to reduce here? Here, I'm just desperately digging with the Neferu, but this chain's never going to get anywhere. There's nowhere to go. I have no way to really gain enough health here. Return to Cave, desperately playing here. We can Necronomics into Bitter Endings into what? We can deal actually 15 here, and actually we can deal 17 points of damage in this situation. In this situation, we can deal 17. Actually, no, wait, there's lethal. There's lethal. Oh boy, chat. All right, we're gonna rewind this. we're going to rewind this here. So here, in this situation, I'm going to point out the lethal that was missed, and it's absolutely bizarre here. So here, we're at 9. No, wait, that's not lethal because, oh, Neferu kills me. Yeah. Never mind. I thought I had lethal. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to reduce the over the line, but the problem with reducing the over the line is if I play Neferu, I die. So I wanted to play Neferu over the line, and then Cyrene, Athenian Archer, and then throw over the line there. Oh boy. And now we get Fleshbind, but what's Fleshbind going to do here? It's going to do nothing. So go ahead. Play Neferu here again, because why not? We're running out of mana. We're out of Necronomics, so, I mean, what are we even going to really do here? We get Neferu back into our hand. We can play Inflamed Self. Yeah, a lot of clicks happen there, but ultimately, we fall short in game number 1. So after the missed lethal line in game number 1, we come into game number 2, and we're playing Stormfield OTK. So this is an OTK combo list that's designed to beat Control, but it doesn't do good against aggro. And we see Swallie come out here playing War. I'm actually expecting Control War from Swallie, given his past histories versus me. But he comes out turn 1 with the Blighted Scion, which isn't necessarily 100% hardtail on what they're potentially queuing, but it's not optimal here either. Now they come out with the Master Tactic. I'm pretty sure he's aggro. Now, the Form of Wisdom's a great card to have, but look at this. This is a terrible 4C. The first 2 cards are Form and Pyric. And honestly, we kind of got the nut low here. We're going to keep the Dimension Door for potential cost reduction a little bit later, but that was a complete brick. And unfortunate, because we really needed a good situation with that 4C. We really need to set up a turn 5 lethal, best case scenario. So here, Swallie is coming at us with a lot of speed here. We have a second form. I don't think I have time for the Librarian's Prayer, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing here. And I'm kind of desperate, so on this turn, I'm going to make, I think, a correct decision here. It's correct to get rid of the Librarian's Prayer, and I think it's also correct to reduce the Form of Wisdom, because I probably need to play that for 0 and potential go-off turns as well. I probably need to win this on turn 5 to have any chance at all. He comes out here, double imp, and now I have to win this turn. Now, here's an interesting puzzle for y'all. I'll pause it here. There's only one possible way to win here, and it's absolutely hilarious. If you play both Form of Wisdoms, I need both Form of Wisdoms to hit the last remaining Form of Unity and the last remaining Pyrrhic Knowledge. I just want to go ahead and go through the entire situation for you before we roll the tape here. So we need exactly that to happen. That spends 2 mana. Okay? Then we need to play Dimension Door, which spends a 3rd mana, and we need to hit exactly Stormfield. We need to hit exactly Stormfield. So that's the 3 things we need to have happen. Then we can play Expectant Chicken, Nimble Pixie, Stormfield, Form of Unity, Pyrrhic Knowledge. It's possible to have a turn 4 lethal here. It's possible. I just wanted to go through the line before you see the way I play this turn, because you might be puzzled if you didn't understand what I'm doing. My deck has 0 outs in stopping him from dealing 8 points of damage to me next turn. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. But we'll roll the tape here. We're going to go ahead. First things first. We're going to YOLO a Form of Wisdom with no 4C. We need to hit. We hit Stormfield. We're actually already drawing dead. It's just kind of funny when you think about it that way. We're drawing dead now, and that looks to be a good hit, right? We got a Stormfield right there. It's like, whoa, isn't that amazing? It isn't. But yeah, the other things just did. Yeah. So I mean, just. So that's going to do it for this tournament. Sorry I don't have any more content for you with relation to this tournament. just how it goes sometimes. Definitely that game number 1 was quite frustrating, having a lethal there. I was less experienced with that deck than I currently am. I've been putting in a lot of reps with the combo-ish death and much more familiar and instantly spotting those friendly mimic type of lines. And unfortunately, the time I played this tournament, I wasn't. So we were kind of experimenting with it and definitely got burnt there. Just gotta play the lethal when you have it. Just gave that game away. Game 2, there's nothing you can do. I actually found the only line that gave me a, honestly, probably mathematically speaking, less than 1% shot, because we had to go perfect, and that's difficult to do. But play to your outs and hope for the best. We'll see you the next time around. The PBC tournament is starting up soon, so there will be content related to that tournament. Hopefully more than one round, but you never know. You never know with these things. Until next time, I'll see you the next time I see you.